best way I could describe Bob Moore, first and foremost, he does what he says he will do, period. Tremendous trait. He's one of the most driven people I have ever met in my life. And I think most people would agree with me that he greatly values relationships.
What it takes to be successful in this business might vary from person to person, but in my case, I've had an opportunity to do many things. And when that opportunity came, I tried to have a real focus and put a lot of energy against doing whatever the job was to do. So I think in my case, it's been the focus and the energy and the hard work.
I worked for Hilton for many years, and about half the time I had worked for Bob. One day he came to me and said, we have got to get more like other industries and put our sales force on an incentive. And literally, we put overnight an incentive in place, and to this day, most hotel companies have incentives now, but we were really the first chain to have a nationwide incentive plan for both national sales and for the hotel sales.
To try to define Bob in terms of a single contribution is very difficult. If you think about Bob's history in the industry, to think about Hilton and Starwood, and to think there's nobody else in the industry that has led sales for both companies, that's special in itself. And then you apply on top of that bureau experience. He was the president of the largest inbound tour wholesale company in the United States. He's led a very interesting career.
Bob was very active in MPI. In fact, became chairman, I think the first chairman of MPI. He changed the title from president to chairman. He was also very involved with the Travel Industry Association of America. In fact, became chairman there and was a good supporter of their foundation. In fact, started one of their signature events to raise money.
I think what makes Bob unique in this industry is he's managed to achieve significant executive leaderships with a number of different companies. From his early days as a wholesaler in travel in Hawaii to his well-known stints at Hilton and Starwood to his current assignment at Freeman. He has always worked at the highest level of organizations and has always proven that you can reinvent yourself as a leadership person.
Another innovation that Bob did was, while at Meeting Professionals International as chairman, he determined that the local chapter training and development was critical to the success of Meeting Professionals International. So he developed the Platinum program, which I understand is still in place. This was to basically develop content that could be sent to the chapters and have a consistent training throughout all of MPI worldwide.
He has served in many roles in the industry. He's been chairman of a number of large industry organizations. The one that I think he's probably most proud of is being the chairman of MPI, Meeting Professionals International, which was a huge role for him. And he was so excited when he became the chairman. And he relished that year, even though it was difficult to do that and his day job. He excelled at both functions throughout that period of time.
Probably my most significant role in the meetings and convention business came during the 8 years that I was on the board and executive committee and then chairman of Meeting Professionals International. During that time, I was allowed to participate in some major activities that hopefully moved the industry forward. Notably during that time was the Platinum Educational Series that we put together, which was taking education out to the branches at MPI for the meeting professionals. That program is still in existence today.
Bob holds one thing that none of us have. None of the hall leaders can compare, well, maybe one. He is known as our industry's best dressed person, next to Charlotte St. Martin. So he's the best dressed man in our industry. That's why he's getting the award.
Bob's living legacy is the fact that he is by far the mentor that everybody looks up to, still thinks about fondly, still likes to call their good friend as well as their boss, their former boss.
I'd have to go back and say his legacy is two things, the admiration of attention to detail and perfection, the customer always coming first at the expense sometimes of the company. And also, on a personal note, he was again the father of the industry sales incentive plan, which we're all very proud of.
The legacy that I would like to leave behind is one of trying to continue to upgrade the role of sales and marketing in our profession. Nothing happens until something is sold, and I think that the elements of producing and upgrading sales that relate to selection process, compensation, career planning, all those items have been a career passion of mine.